All right, we're back underway here. Denver Lady Bulldogs heading from right to left against the San Francisco Iron Maidens. Ball goes to ground, picked up again. And that looked like Leon, who was taken down, and holding the ball is the call, free kick. And then we'll go to the number 4, that looks like Sarah Roner. So Roner, who is known as a defensive player, playing up on this forward line. The kick is from about 65 meters out. She's going to want to lead. The kick is on the way. It's carrying pretty well. Was tipped. One-on-one contest. And then out of the back, and here is McKenzie, who is wrapped up by Thexton. And just got the ball loose out to the near side. Stays on the ground. And then it's shoveled along forward where we have a whistle. And it looks like it's a free kick that will be awarded. And so here is Furtado, who will go back. These two teams have a lot of history together. They're responsible for the deciding game of each of the last 4 Division I national championships in the women's side. Ball goes to ground. Thexton unable to get to it as the ball moved on her. And then out of the back as that one is patted around, kicked it straight up into the air. Ball goes to ground again. Nasher Mace couldn't get it, and there is Leon, who got it out. But there is Clark trying to hem it back in, just out of the hands of Adrian. Adrian against Millie Bruce, just got the handball off. She's taken down. Maggione got it up on the second bite of the cherry. Threw that one onto the right foot. Going back to get it there was the 18, who is Porter, who couldn't get to it for Denver. Stayed with it. Here is Estrada. Pops that one straight up in the air. Drops in front. Denver goes back to get to it. Throws that one onto the right. It skips by, rolling, down, picked up again. Porter stayed with the football. He is tackled and stood up. And again going after it is Elise Gallagher, who is able to stay in on the tackle. But Denver is able to release the pressure, but only as far as as McKenzie, it looks like, as she bombs it back inside the pocket. It's going to roll. Gray's got to pick it up as it stays in play. She bootlegs around and throws it onto the right. It gets by the 13 in there, which is Wilkerson. And the ball will go to ground, again picking up and then handballing it up into the middle, looking for Leon, number 7. Throws that one up into the right, mark defensively. I believe that's Hurtado again. She'll throw that one onto the right. One-on-one contest. Adrian with a nice mark. She's going to play on quickly. Great instincts by the captain. Throws that one onto the right. Bounces out to the near side. Bruce is going to dig in to get to it. She's got time and space and support as she gets a half shepherd from Thexton. Throws that one in one-on-one contest. Couldn't get to it, and then ball gets tackled. I believe that was English in there on the tackle. Here is Roner. Roner with a left foot. It was too soft, however. And the ball goes to ground again. McKenzie, and McKenzie sees the ball out. That, I believe, will be a boundary throw-in. No score opening minutes. San Francisco and Denver in what has developed to be probably the best rivalry here and probably one of the most intense rivalries in the USAFL on the women's side. Ball will come back, and I thought it was a free. It looks like it was went out. It's a free kick as Roner from a odd angle. That one is tipped down on the line. They scramble for it on the goal square. They dig after it. Hurtado was slowed up. Roner was in there again, and then they're able to clear it out nicely as Leon out to the middle of the ground, off the foot of the 42, who is Panda Wynn. Wynn couldn't get to it, and then that one is thrown on by Gallagher, straight up into the air, but it's marked and dropped. Handballs it on. Estrada is met quickly, and down she goes by Adrian, but umpire Aguirre said that was no prior opportunity, and that will be a ball up. Ball goes in the air, gravity takes effect, and we'll have a ball up. I don't see Brett Brower on the field there for San Francisco. In fact, I don't see her in the lineup, and they're also missing, it looks like, Jackie DeLuis. Out to the near side, Bruce, and then it's picked up by Millie Bruce. So Susan Bruce and Millie Bruce looking for Estrada, who dropped the football, and then got it, looking for Millie again, and then Estrada gets away from one tackle, centers the ball in the middle of the ground, drops in front, looking again for, looks like Leslie, and then picking it up was Maggione, who goes into the middle. That's tackled, and that's holding the ball. And McKenzie is slow to get up as she was poleaxed on the tackle, and it was done by the captain, Hallie Adrian. So Adrian will go back, shake the Etch-a-Sketch, and see if they can draw up something new. Has Susan Bruce on the near side if she wants her. Instead, will go short, where she finds Tawania Clark, another veteran who I believe has been around on all 6 championships teams for the Denver Lady Bulldogs. She'll throw that one onto the right, up high in the air, and it's marked by Jessica Gray. So check that. That isn't Gray. Up on the near side, they'll look for Allison Bremner. Bremner runs into the middle of the ground. Bruce tackled her, and it's picked up by McKenzie. Handballs in looking for Millie Bruce. Maggione just got out of the way looking for Estrada. Now that one goes in low into the 69, which is Marion Jean. Jean was tackled, and it looks like that was improper disposal, and it is. Free kick to Hallie Adrian. That, I believe, is her 4th free kick that she has earned. No score, San Francisco and Denver. Nearing the midway point of the first half, this second round game of the women's here at the Western Regional Tournament in Westminster, Colorado. I'm Brian Barish as Adrian finds a connection on the far side in Hurtado. So Bailey Hurtado sends that one up on the far side. Ball goes to ground. Caitlin Masher-Mays just bends down and picks it up as casual as can be because she had room cleared out for her, but it's turned over. And the Maidens go back the other way. It stayed in play. Advantage played on for something I'm not sure. Ball goes to ground as it looked like Carly Austin was in there. And the umpire, Agliari, throws the ball heavenwards as down to ground as Leone had it, knocked it down to ground. Ball goes free, and then picking it up out of the back is Estrada. Finds Leslie, number 55. Yes, that is. Just stayed in play. The ball goes out of bounds, but that's a good advantageous situation for the Iron Maidens, who won the Division I championship last year based on a 9-6 victory over the Denver Lady Bulldogs in a game that was dictated by a strong wind blowing down in Sarasota, Florida. And then taken down she goes, as Leslie was taken down by Streep, and the free kick has been awarded to Ty Strepp. Strepp in her 3rd full season throws that one on to the right, marked by Clark. And Tawania Clark, the firefighter, plays that one on to the right. Throws that one up on that far side, one-on-one contest, almost marked. I believe that was Kastanek. At that, here comes 11, which is Elise Gallagher. Gallagher, whose sister plays for New York. That one goes in short, looking for Leslie. Everyone fell down, go boom, and then Gray picks it up. She gets around. Great pressure put in by Jenny Kang to affect the kick. And that one goes into the middle, looking for Bremner, but couldn't get to it. Down goes to ground. Adrian got a cuticle to it. She stays with the footy, and now here she goes as she carries the ball like a loaf of bread, kicks that one up forward, and it's dropped by Jean, who sits on the football but manages to stay with it. Holding visual in there is Francesca Manea. Manea couldn't get to it, neither could Susan Bruce, and that is a free kick for, looks like for holding the ball. Looked like there was barely enough time for reasonable opportunity, but in fact it is a free kick to Lindsay Kastanek. Kastanek will kick the ball from center field down the middle of the park. McKenzie was going to back thinking she was Willie Mays but couldn't make the mark, and then she kicks that one up on that far side where she finds a connection. And the young lady with the purple headband, the neon green socks. And in fact, as the numbers go flying, I believe that's Caitlin Lutz, number 34. So Lutz with a triple axel, and that one goes up on the far side. The ball has gone out of bounds. And it's tied up now as Clark knocked forward, as Leone was always going to win that. The former volleyball player from Wayne State University in her native Michigan. The ball is kicked into the middle. Thexton was there, rode her out the back. McKenzie ended up winning the football. And the ball goes to ground, out in the middle. Here is Wilkerson, who is tackled and dispossessed. Picked up by somebody on that far side, and the ball is taken down and getting up slowly. Now it's going to be a free kick, and the free kick is to Lutz. So here is Caitlin Lutz. That's a pretty good kick, but it's a wounded duck, and it's picked off by Hurtado, number 8. Still no score in the game, by the way. We are past the halfway mark, and here is Anna Thexton, native of Golden, Colorado. That's where they brew a certain beer that isn't Cooper's. Ball goes to ground as they shepherd that one on. Here is Roeder, cuts through the inside, makes a second tackler, makes this a great job and a great behind. Well, that looked really good by Sarah Roeder, who made 2 nice moves cutting to the left, made 3 Iron Maidens miss. But the end of all of that is the first score of the game. It's 1-0 Denver. Now, we did see a low-scoring game at last year's Western Regional when the Minnesota-Portland combination, who went on to win the game, the first game of the day, they defeated Sacramento 2-1. We're hoping we'll have more scoring than we did on that occasion, even though that was a pretty exciting game as Hurtado is thrown to the ground, and that is going to be a free kick. I did not see what the initial call was for, but Hurtado, who was tackled, is paid the free, and she'll have a chance to extend her team's lead. So Bailey Hurtado kicks it up on the way. Didn't need a whole lot of distance, but in fact it was knocked down in the goal square. It comes out the back, taken down, and then we have a whistle, and that is a free kick, and it's been awarded to Meg Leone. All 5 foot 10 inches of her second full season of play. She's headed to Melbourne, and that one is picked off by Tawania Clark. We mentioned Leone, former volleyball player. Here is Clark, who kicks that one in goalward. It is marked by Anna Thexton. Anna got good position on Leone, who had a couple of inches on her. So Thexton. The kick is on the way. It looks like it went left, and it stayed left, and that's due for behind. Another score, so it is 2-0 Denver. Brian Barish with you, the second game of the women's division. The 2 teams that lost earlier, the All-Star team, made up of players from 7 different squads, which we'll get to when we record that game. They're taking on Seattle and Sacramento, that combination. Both teams lost to these 2 teams earlier. And it almost looks like the winner of this game is a pretty good inside shot to win the whole shebang. Still plenty of football left to be played. Millie Bruce had her ball knocked away, and then it's handballed up. That one goes down to ground, and then that one is kicked. It's up high. It drops in front of the number 3, who is Jessica Lund, also known as Scoobs, as Streff stayed with the footy. She knocks it backwards where she found Kastanek, who is disrupted as she was kicked. There is Kang now with it, and Kang found Lutz, who found Kang, who found the ground. Staying in with it is Gray, the number 15. Couldn't find the football. Picked up and then thrown that one on to the right. It'll go back high up into the air. Here is Maggione, who makes one tackle and miss. Oh, that ball was smothered nicely. And I believe that was smothered by Lara Porter. And that one is kicked in forward and then banged out of the back by Carly Austin, the former Sacramento Sun. Juggled, not caught. Ball goes to ground. Gray just got it as she was collared high. No call, says the umpire. McKenzie picks it up on a couple of hops. She bootlegs around the left. Throws that one onto the right now. One-on-one contest. Maggione was bustled out of the way. Clark got the crumbs. And they kicked that one up on the right side where it's marked. And in fact it was. I believe a free kick would have been paid either way. So the kick there by the number 20, who I don't have. The ball's up on that far side. Stays in play. San Francisco with it, trailing 2-0. Marked by Maggione. Maggione throws that one onto the right. Hangs up in the air through the hands of Kastanek. Porter is there, reaches down, plucks that one off the top of a blade of grass, goes into the middle. Ball goes to ground again. There is Hurtado, who's gotten more involved, and she is wrapped up by 2 Maidens. And the umpire wants the footy, and then he'll call a ball up. 2-0 Denver, the lead, trying to get some form of redemption. These 2 teams actually played a few weeks ago in San Francisco. The Maidens won that one, but Denver didn't have a full side as that one is deflected. Ball goes into the middle of the ground. It's picked off back the other way as that one is sent forward. It ping-pongs off a player's foot and goes rolling out of bounds. It'll be a boundary throw in directly across from us. Ryan Barish here with you. Glad that you're with us either on our YouTube channel here on USAFL.com. And remember, you can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/USAFL and on Twitter at the USAFL 1997. And remember, you can watch back all the games, a whole bunch of games from this one, as well as matches from the Eastern Regional Tournament and the Central Regional Tournament, which were last month. Another successful tournament series, regional tournament series here, as that one is banged forward nicely, almost taken down by Smolak, who got it on the second bite of the cherry. As Leslie was taken down, Smolak stays with it. Austin pushes her down, stays with the football. Leslie circled back to take it, but she was knocked down, and that is holding the ball. That would have been close, but in the end, it's a free kick to Lindsay Kastanek. As Carly Smolak, that's the first time we've called her name today. Smolak, the former goalkeeper in the WUSA, up on the near side, falls in front of Thexton, and then picking it up and then dropping it as she was thrown off the football was 35, who is Manea. Ball in the middle of the ground, going up to take it with Maggie on, plays on quickly over to Gallagher, is taken down by Clark. Clark has that acceleration, and as time goes on, she has not lost one bit of that spark and that speed. Looking for Gray, who finds her, has Bruce on the near side if she wants her. But in fact, we'll go back and survey her options on the near side wing position. She'll go in short, marked by the 16, who I believe is Carrie Eckstein, and it is. So Carrie Eckstein, whose husband Max plays for the men's team. Stepping up and taking it is Adrian, who's moved into the forward line. Here's the kick. Long one-on-one contest as Masher Mace ended up having to kick it away from Warren Spite. Ball goes to ground. Lutz able to get it out, but it was only as far as Adrian. Adrian handballs it into the middle. There is Bruce, and that was high tackle as Maggie Owen went in there a little bit late and ended up catching Susan Bruce kind of high. It'll be a free kick as she slicks back her hair, glistening in the Denver sun. The weather is getting warmer. It is pretty hot out there. The temperature is supposed to be hovering into the 90s. Bruce sees the kick goes off the sides of the side of her boot. One-on-one contest. Ball goes to ground. And then banging it out to the near side. One-on-one contest. Millie Bruce tried to punch it away and couldn't. Stayed with the footy. Here is Gray. Got away from Maggie Owen. High in the air. One-on-one, one-on-two. Ball goes to ground. There is Manea, who tried to get it away. Ball goes to ground again. Picked up by Bruce. And she is bustled in there, and that is a ball up. And the umpire crosses himself. And that is halftime. Halftime at the football. Well, both teams have not really seized control of the game in terms of possession. Denver has had this 2 scoring shots, and that's the difference. As the score at halftime, it's the Denver Lady Bulldogs 2, the San Francisco Iron Maidens nothing. We'll be back for the second half of this one. You're watching the 2017 USAFL Western Regional Tournament here on USAFL.com.